Hey, how we doing, everybody? Eddie Austin here with the Eddie Austin BEX channel. Today, I have a powerful message that I want to challenge your thoughts with. And I've seen this done a couple times. I wanted to do my own version. And just a fair warning, this video is not going to be the end product. I'm going to do a simple overview, but it's just to get you thinking about this. And depending on how much comments, I'm going to do a whiteboard in the background and I'm going to really lay this out. But this is a very powerful message, and this is one thing I want everyone to think about because this is the one thing that I did that totally changed everything for me. And it's the things that we are okay with letting time go by. What I have in front of me here, we're going to call a life ribbon. This life ribbon has numbers on it. It starts from 0, 15, 18, 40, 80, and 100. What is significant about these numbers? This life ribbon is like our life right here. And on this life, we start at 0 and say we'll live to 100. Well, on the internet, of course, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet, but on the internet, it states that the average life expectancy is like 73.8, or I'm sorry, 79.8. So almost 80 years old. So this 0 to 100 right here, we can go ahead and tear that off. We're not going to see that. Our life ribbon's this short. This is life right here. This is what's left. Now, yeah, we'll get to do a lot of cool things from this 0 to 15. But how many decisions are we making on our own? How many things are we doing from 0 to 15 that are helping us other than going to school, that are getting us somewhere in the journey of making money and getting to a place to where we are spiritually connected and we know everything that's going on? We're in a mix of emotions from 0 to 15. Hopefully we've had a good upbringing. But even if we did have a good upbringing, maybe there were certain things that happened to us that essentially slowed our progress as we got older. So let's say pretty well from 0 to 18, there's nothing we make decisions on our own, really. So let's tear that off. Now we're down to this. We're down to this right here. So 18 years old, and most studies show, I'm not talking about the Instagram, do it for the gram instant overnight. Most people hit their stride in their 40s. So between here and here, we're trying to figure everything out. And then from here and here, 40 to 80, we're starting to slow down a little bit by the time we're 80. We're wanting to enjoy life. We're wanting to go fishing more, hang out with the family more. We're wanting to do all these good things. But we've probably worked a W-2. We probably went to college. We're paying off student loans. We're doing all of these things to try and gain our stride. And it seems like until we're about 40 years old, they just don't seem to work out. Unless you've had a really good mentor throughout your journey in life that really helps you manifest where you want to go and helps set you up. Maybe you had an early mentor that got you into an e-commerce business, or maybe you had a really good mentor that got you in the real estate business, or just starting businesses. In that first business for you, maybe you had a concrete business fresh out of high school because your grandpa or dad or one of your good buddies, friends, dad had a business and you decided to start pouring concrete, made a lot of money in that business. Is out here so I can make this video relatable. So let's say for the average person from 18 to 40, they're trying to figure it all out. You know, they're getting married, they're having kids, they're doing all these different things. So this part of your life is kind of jumbled. You know, we're trying to figure it all out. Probably stuck in a day job. We're probably working 68 hours a week, 12 hours a day, doing all the work you can just to pay the bills. And we're stuck in this period. And then we get about this area, 80 years old, we don't feel like doing anything. Our bodies have stood the test of time. and they're not allowing us to work as fast or as hard as we used to. That's life. So let's say that this is 60 years old, right there, 40 to 60. Now, this is probably the workable years that you have. And I hate to be gloom and doom, but I want us to think. I want us to think really, really hard. Because even for me, I have made mistakes, lots of mistakes. A lot of mistakes I do not regret because they taught me a lot, a whole lot. And the things they taught me was the things that I should have thought about this life ribbon more, a lot more, because I would have made different choices. Today, I can honestly say everything I do is intentional. I mean, intentional. Everything I do, because time is so important. It's the one thing you cannot get back. You just can't get back time. When that clock ticks, it's gone. It is out of here. Can't get it back. Now, you can do things that make you live longer. That's for sure. I mean, there's studies that take certain supplements, running, going to the gym, all these other things that can help you live longer. But even when you live longer, are you in the physical shape that you want to go and do things like you wanted to do, like you in your 40s? Even my parents, amazing individuals. And they even said, once before that, at their age, even if they had all the money in the world, they wouldn't feel like going anywhere. Even if they had all the money in the world right now, they just would not feel like going anywhere. So what I'm trying to say is, how intentional are you living your life? How dead set are you on your journey to know that you know exactly where you're going? I coach a lot of people. I coach a lot of people for free. Most of them friends. And I do that because I want to get people to think differently. I see so many people that are going to work every single day, just doing everything they can to just pay the bills. And I've been guilty of it myself. Totally guilty of it myself. And I'm not telling you to become a real estate investor. I'm not telling you to do, these wild and crazy ideas. All I'm telling you to do right now at this point, I want you to ask yourself, is what you're doing today, what is the expected outcome? And at what age are you going to have your time to focus on the things that are truly important to you? What's the why? What is the why? Why are you doing everything you're doing today? Is it to retire by 45? Is it to retire by 50? Is it to retire by 65? I want you to ask the question. Then I want you to ask another question. Is what you're doing, are you on the right path? If you're not on the right path, what are you still doing on it? Start writing it down. There's so many times that one of these legal pads could be our absolute best friend. And this little pen right here. Dreams are free. They're 100% free. And you can take a legal pad and start writing it down. I would encourage you to start watching YouTube. You're on YouTube right now is where you're probably seeing this. Or you're seeing a Facebook short or a reel that's got you to my YouTube channel. So watch YouTube and look at the different, like manifesting, like search manifesting and watch the videos, and then go into that and then find out, man, I know that if I write things down like goal setting and then set some pillars, like some ground rules for my life, I can achieve things. I'm going to tell you right now, every single thing that I do seemed impossible when I started, but I knew it wasn't, because anything I put my mind to, I can achieve. Anything, absolutely anything. Hell, at one time, I gathered the right words to make myself extremely broke, because all I told myself was how broke I was. and I managed to go broke a few times. No BS. And then I started telling myself how rich I could get. And you know what? It started turning around because the words we speak matter. And what we do, especially when it comes to paying attention to the time, really matters. So I would encourage you to get a legal pad, drop some comments in this video, or message me privately and tell me, or just use me as a sounding board, what are you doing right now, every single day, that is getting you to your desired ending, or not your desired ending, not the ending of your life, but the desired point in your life that you truly want to live. And then I would ask yourself to get out a calculator, and I would ask you to take the numbers down and look at how much you're spending compared to how much you're making, and tell me, or tell yourself, or write it on the mirror, is it going to get you where you're going to want to be at the age that you said that you were going to get there? So I want you to take out a legal pad, and I want you to pick a number, an age that you're going to say, I'm going to be here at this age. And I want you to set the goal. And I want you to write the numbers down that you believe that it takes for money, material possessions, I hope not, to get where you want to be. Then I want you to take where you are right now, how much you make right now, how much time it takes you're spending on it, and I want you to write that down. And then I want you to take a calculator and what's left every single month, and I want you to add it up. Just hit times 20, times 30, however many years you got left. How many years that you want to take to get there, and I want you to write it down. Let me tell you the one thing that changed my life forever. One of the best mentors I ever had asked me a question that left me without words for 45 minutes on the drive home. I was working a full-time job, 60, 70 hours a week, running my side business, turning it into a full-time business. And at that time, when I had this meeting with this gentleman, a lunch meeting, he asked me the question, Eddie, what is Eddie Austin capable of if he did not have a job? I'm going to tell you, that was probably the best question that's ever been asked to me. And you know the funny part is, you know how many times that I asked myself that question driving down the road, man, what would it be like if I didn't have a job? Now, of course, at that time, I was thinking, man, I could hunt all the time. I could fish all the time. So what was it about? What it was about is if I wasn't wasting time being good at the how to be good at the best employee out there, that I could have been the guy that was working on the why. Let me tell you, the better you are at the how to continue to work on the how to run the business, doing it for somebody else, you're working for someone that has the why. You want to be the person that has the why, that does really good in business. That way people can work for you and get the hopes that they can start a business too. And then help people that work for you start their business by giving them inspiration, by showing them what they can be possible, what is possible. And do it and help other people. Raise yourself up and reach down and grab somebody else and take them with you. And when they get to a point, shove them out the door. That way they will get started. You know, I was at one time so ingrained in becoming Grant Cardone. I followed that man's every move, his YouTube videos, wrote down his things out of his book and everything else. I was never meant to be Grant Cardone. I love that guy to death. Huge inspiration of mine. Ed Milet, same way. Jesse Itzler, amazing. But you know what? Their dreams was given to them and theirs only. The dream that Grant Cardone had to be the number one salesman in the space, he achieved it, and he's leveraged that into what he has today. Jesse Itzler, bought every single muffin in a muffin shop because he had a dream that he wanted a private jet company and he needed investors so he could buy the company. So he bought every muffin in the shop, knowing that everybody that came into this place to buy their coffee and their muffin before they went across the street to this conference, that you had to have very impressive credentials to even get in. Jesse figured it out. He bought every muffin in the shop because he knew that he didn't have the credentials at that time. He created his own luck, but he thought outside the box. Now, what he did from that point was the next guy that came through, he bought a coffee. Sorry, we're all out of muffins. On the way out, he stopped the guy. Hi, would you like a muffin? Yeah, do you have a muffin? I do have a muffin. He pulled a muffin out from underneath the table and he gave it to him. Or maybe he sold it to him. When he did that, the gentleman sat down and started telling about who he was, asked the gentleman what he was doing, going to this conference. He already knew that. He was getting him to talk. And at that point, he asked him, what do you do? I'm trying to start a jet company, a private jet card company. I fly all the time. I was looking at purchasing a jet. The conversation started. I know I'm not reciting this word for word, but that person became an investor in his company. And he got where he wanted to be because he was thinking outside the box. So what I'm telling you is first ask yourself the question, what is the date that you want to be completely free to be, do and be whoever you want to be? Write it down. Write down where you are right now. Forget about the past. Forget about all of this that you wasted, screwed up, whatever. Let it go. And start right now with putting it on paper and saying, I am where I am right now. I'm not happy about it, but it's where I'm at, and this is my starting point. I'm going to tell you, rock bottom is the best place to ever build the biggest skyscraper ever because it's solid as rock. It's a foundation. And huge buildings have to be built on solid foundations. Mansions get built on solid foundations. So start when you're at rock bottom if you have to. But just by God, start. And then write down the end goal. What is the freedom goal? What is the number? And don't make it 65. Don't make it 80. Figure out how to get there quicker. And get there. Like get there in a hurry. A big dang hurry. I want to circle back for a second. You know, I was saying about how I follow Grant Cardone and all these other people. You know, I just want to reiterate. If I inspire you, good. But don't let it inspire you to the point that you follow every single thing that I do to try to become me. You're not me. It's like I wasn't Grant Cardone. I'm not Jesse Itzler. We think different, and that's what makes us unique. It's okay to be different. That's what's going to make you sell. That's what people's going to get people attracted to you, because you're different than him. His followers are his followers. But you might attract your own followers because they like you, your personality. I hope this is resonating with you. Let's get back on topic. Write it down. Where you want to go, how long it's going to take you to get you there. So there's a number. There's probably a number. Unfortunately, this money, the world revolves around money. Money solves problems. You know, if you don't think money has the ability to solve problems, don't pay your bills for a while and tell me how many problems you got. Make a bunch of money and pay all your bills for a full year and then tell me how many problems you got. I guarantee when you paid all your bills for a full year, it was a lot easier to just breathe. It really was. So I get it. There's going to be haters that hate this video because of what I'm saying. I realize that. But I also realize that even people that's hated me in the past have also become the people that cheered for me in the future because they thought, man, he really does have some good points. And it was just because I didn't like him because I couldn't see myself being anywhere close to that guy. And look, that's the wrong way to think about it because I've been probably way below where you guys are right now watching this video. Guarantee it. I've been in some pretty bad places, but I've crawled my way out of it. I've climbed, I've scratched, I've done everything in my power to get my way out of being in poverty and being completely broke. And that's why I'm making this video, to inspire you to get there too. So, what are we going to do? I'm asking you, what are you capable of if you didn't have a job? What are you capable of if you did not have a job? What are you capable of if you invested in yourself? I've made some podcasts with some amazing people. One of them, a friend of mine, Hans, he put his last credit card, didn't even know how he's going to pay for it. He swiped the credit card to buy a course. To buy the course that changed his life forever. And he bought his first apartment building. And then that apartment building turned into 2, and then 3. He's completely financially free at this point. He was able to pay that credit card off. Sometimes you got to roll the dice. But first, ask yourself where you want to be and when. And don't underestimate the power you have when you put your mind to something. And when you start putting on paper, you start to manifest it, start goal setting, and then start making it very, very intentional. Intentional by meaning, this is the goal, this is where I am, this is how many days, weeks, years I have to get here. What do you have to change in between this point? This is the point you have control of. You don't have control of what happened back here. You don't have control of what's going to happen in your health years out here. You could get cancer. You can get a bunch of things out here. You could get anything in between here. It's all possible. It's life. But take control of what's in between this point. Take control of what you have right in here. Take control of it. And do me a favor. Please like and share and get this content out to somebody else that you know that it will help. I do everything that I do at an extraordinary level to be able to inspire people to believe that they can do it too. The one thing that has changed everything for me is I believe that I am the one. I am the person that can achieve unbelievable things because I've done it. And because when I put my mind to it consistently, I continue to do it over and over and over again. I continue to outcome circumstances where everything's against me. I continue to outstride my problems. I continue to do this. First, you have to ask yourself, what are you capable of? Write it down and believe in yourself. And if nobody believes in you, I believe in you. I believe in you. And I would love to be the person that helps you get there. I'm in the business of helping people achieve what they want. That's what I do. If you need help, even if it's a phone call or leaving you a voicemail on your phone that you're going to call, or not call, but you're going to listen to, of me telling you that I believe in you, I will do it for you. However many times you need to hear it. I'll record it for you. I will send it to you. You let me know. If you're embarrassed to write a public comment, I understand. So reach out to me personally. You can find me on Eddie Austin BEX on all my platforms: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Message me privately and say that you would like me to believe in you. And if you would like, I will leave you a video message. I would like to know what your journey is and where you are. And I can even help you get where you want to go. And I'm not telling you giving you money. I'm not going to give you money that doesn't solve problems. Winning money like the lottery causes problems, lots of them. That cause you problems you never had because you weren't that wealthy before. You were not that rich before. You've got to be here at dead broke and earn it so you know how to keep it and grow it. And if you go broke again, you know how to do it again. Winning it doesn't give you anything. Getting it as a gift doesn't give you anything. When I've got money as a gift, it didn't do any good for me. When I earned it, it did amazing things for me because I learned a skill set that would help me earn the income that I needed to overcome my problems. So, again, I'm going to summarize. Think about the life ribbon. Think about how it's torn up. Think about a certain piece of it we can't get back. It's gone. Think about the years that we know that we're not going to have in the future, especially if we don't take care of our health or wealth. Exercise. Be spiritually connected to the universe, connected to God, whoever you want to be connected to. Believing in the right things. You got to believe in yourself. Believe that there's a power out there that can help you. Even if it's a person like myself that can leave you a video that says, I believe in you. But before I just make a great big bold statement, I want to hear your voice. I want to hear from you. I want to get to know you. And I want to be the person that inspires you to do bigger and better things and overcome your problems. Because I've overcame mine. A lot of them. I believe maybe not on paper, but I am qualified to help you because I've been through it. So do me a favor, guys, gals. Please do me a favor. Please like and subscribe and share this with anyone that needs to hear it, anyone that is down in their life. Please share it with someone else. Message me privately if you are too embarrassed to identify or make a public comment. I know that this is hard. We live in a world that we are all introverts here, and we are afraid to make public statements because what people might think. I get it. Until you gain the confidence to speak and say what you want to say, you probably won't do it. There was many years ago, I wouldn't even think about making a podcast or a talking head video like I just did here for the last 27 minutes. But I've grown. And I've definitely experienced things that's got me to think differently to be able to do this here today with you to where I can make this video to where it lives on YouTube until it's deleted by some other cause. But I believe in you, and I hope that this inspired you, and I hope that you have a great day. And I would ask you one last thing. Do not be the ordinary person. Be the extraordinary person. Y'all have a great day.